you're feeling overwhelmed, like your life is too difficult to move forward, like you're finding life really hard, then it's okay, because I believe we all feel like that at certain points in our life. But the question is, what do we do about it? And what's the nature of the problem? Well, we can't just sit around thinking that we're going to think the same about this situation, because if we keep thinking that it's too hard, that it's too difficult, that we're never going to get anywhere, then that type of thinking is the same thoughts that perpetuate our current feelings, beliefs, and attitude about our life. So, in order to break from our current attitudes about our life, we have to begin to think differently. And to think differently, we have to learn specific knowledge and create a system that enables us to begin to think differently. And that's what I'm going to give to you right now, today. So to begin to think differently and to get away from our old mindset that we have to be able to investigate the foundational pillars of our life. And once we understand the foundational pillars in our life and their relationship with one another, we'll be able to have the clarity to move forward in our life. And that means that we'll be able to see clearly everything in front of us, because we know the foundational components of our life, and we know how each part of our life is integrated together. And we have to begin to think like we're playing chess, so that we're able to see how each piece within our life moves and operates, so that we can choose which piece to move next. So what are the foundational pillars of our life? Well, one of them is our relationships. We've also got our finances. We've also got our health. That's a primary one. We've got our mind, so how you think, our emotions, how you feel, your spiritual life, so where do you derive your meaning in your life from? And we've got our home, where we live, our environment. We've also got our life's work and purpose. And so that's, or some people would call that your craft in life. So, they're basically the fundamental pillars that I see in our lives. And in order to improve your life, you have to really strategically look at the relationship between all these different pillars. So for example, think about your health, right? If you're not healthy, then it's going to be very difficult to even to work, for example. If you're unhealthy, you're not going to be able to work at your optimal abilities, right? Because how can you? You're suffering. You might be in major pain. You're sick. You need to take lots of days off. You're not going to be productive. And honestly, productivity doesn't matter when you're sick. It means nothing. All you want is not to be in pain. All you want is not to be sick, so you can just be healthy. And so you can spend time with people. So you can see how, if your health is bad, then that's going to impact your work. It's going to impact your relationships, because you don't have time to spend with people because you feel so sick, you're just stuck in bed. It's going to impact your finances, because you're not working, you're not going to get more money, and you have more bills to pay for, medication, etc., etc. It's going to affect your life purpose, because you might want to do something, you might want to achieve something in your life, but you're too sick to move on to do it. And your spiritual life, it's hard to think, what does this mean in my life when you're just suffering, you're sick all the time. So if your health is knocked out, which is a key pillar in our life, without health, we're dead. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna, I mean, you're either suffering or you're dead. So you really need that component in your life. So now let's just think about that. So we understand that, but let's go a little bit deeper, do a deeper dive into it. So our health, right? Now, if I begin to eat vegetables every day and I begin to be healthier, what's going to happen? Well, bar some illness where I'm born with it, I'm going to be able to protect myself from different illnesses. I'm going to be able to protect myself from, cancer, heart attack, as much as I can. It's the best thing I can do. I mean, it's not guaranteed. If I eat vegetables every day, it's not guaranteed that, I'm going to starve off all these different known causes of death. But it's the best way forward. And that's what this is all about, finding the best way forward for each area of our life. So if I start eating vegetables, what's going to happen? I'm going to feel good about myself. So it's impacting my emotions. I'm going to think of myself. I'm going to be able to think clearly because I'm not, hyped up on all these different, sugars and different additives that they add in the food. I'm going to feel healthier in my body, feel stronger. I'm also going to probably look better if I'm always eating healthier. And so, that can improve your relationships. You have to feel sexually attracted to your partner to, for that to continue to flourish. So, I mean, you see how your health, if you start looking after your health, it starts impacting every other area of your life. It's a foundational pillar, right? So if you start eating right and exercising, even exercising, they say, helps you maintain your what's called your fluid intelligence. So if exercising is helping you maintain your intelligence over time, then it's impacting that area as well, right? So it's all interconnected because you can't divorce your body from anything else you do in your life. You need to. You're a bodily being. You know what I mean? Like, your body is inherently a part of who you are, your very nature. You can't separate that. And so, let's move to the next thing. So you're looking after your health, right? But what happens if you're really healthy, but you just had no good relationships because you just couldn't talk to people at all? Then you'd be a really healthy person, you'd live a long time, but you really wouldn't enjoy it as much because you don't have key relationships and people that you can confide in. So relationships is really another foundational pillar. Why have a lot of money either without the relationships? But think about it. If you have a good, healthy relationships, they actually say a healthy relationships help your health. So it works the other way too. It's not just one way. So, even having good relationships that can help you in business because you know more people to trade with, more people to work with. Your relationships can help you spiritually in your life. It gives you a sense of meaning and purpose in your life. You come together and you do something meaningful. Relationships, obviously good relationships reinforce positive emotions in your life. Good relationships and conversations help you stimulate your mind so you can grow, you can learn from other people. So you see, again, relationships is like health. It's a fundamental pillar in your life. And it's the same. And then finances. You might say relationships are more important than finances, or health is more important than finances. And I would say it is. But if you have absolutely no finances, it's going to impact on your health. It's going to impact on your relationships too. So finances is a pillar. You need it in your life. Now, once you reach a certain level, then, maybe your focus, doesn't need to be so much on it, but you need a certain amount of finances. But maybe, even your life's work and purpose, what you believe your craft to be, might have a big impact on how much finances you believe you need in your life so you can feel satisfied. So you can fulfill the purpose that you believe that you're here to fulfill, and you might need a certain amount of finances to do that, or resources to do that. So, finances is a pillar, and you can see how it's connected to each area of your life. You know, you know, in my country, berries, just fresh berries, they cost a lot of money. They cost like $6 to $7, $8 for a small little handful of blueberries, for example, right? And so, if you want to eat blueberries every day, that's going to cost you some money. But if you can afford that, then that's good. But you see how it all impacts. I do believe that we can most people who are watching this could relatively eat healthy without having to be rich. But obviously, having money helps. In that area, you could pay other people to cook your food all the time. So that could be something to help you to eat healthier as well. So money does help in almost every area of your life, but there is that threshold there where it doesn't mean much after you've got a certain amount, but it is still a fundamental part of our life and our society. So then think about your emotions, right? Now, your emotions is fundamental. If you feel bad all the time, or you've got some, if you're having mental health issues, then that's a serious thing. That can seriously cripple your life. And if you're relatively a healthy person mentally, you can still suffer massive tragedy that completely blows out your emotional capacity. So emotions are extremely important, but so is your mind. Your ability to think clearly, your intelligence, the things that you learn and everything like that. If you're really strong, for example, and you look after your body, but you don't learn a lot, you don't study, you don't read books, you don't listen to people teaching you things like right now, you probably are someone who does learn. If you've listened this long, you probably are someone who likes that. But if you don't do that, or if you slack off, like I've slacked off a lot in my life in that area, but I keep coming back because I really do want to be someone who continues to learn, who continues to do my best to improve my mind. People look at other people and they go, oh, that person looks so ugly, they're so fat. But what about when people are stupid? And I'm not talking about, they're driving stupidly. I'm talking about they're laughing at themselves and they're having a good old time because they think it's somehow not cool to be educated or not cool to understand a lot about life, or uncool to be perceptive, or uncool to read books, or to listen to seminars, or to engage in personal development. Or maybe they don't think it's uncool, but they think it's too much, it's over the top. Stuff all that, man. If they think that, then they have no idea about how much your mind and your ability to learn will impact the rest of your life. Think about it. If I'm really intelligent, I understand what to eat so I can be healthy. Look, you go, oh, let's be healthy. But you might not even understand completely what things are healthy for you. But if you're intelligent and you learn and you've got a good mind, you'll be able to figure that out. You'll also be able to figure out how to do better in your relationships. You'll be able to, do way better at, intelligence is linked with, success in your career. So if you're continuously learning and improving yourself, improving your mind, you're going to succeed more. You're going to earn more money. If you're improving your mind, you're going to be able to fulfill your life's purpose, because you're continuously growing to become the person that you have to be that person that you want to be, to fulfill the purpose that you believe you have inside of you. So, that's another foundational pillar, is your mind, your ability to learn. I often just think of it as learning, but it is, or you can just call it your mind, just for simplicity's sake. So you got your emotions, your mind, your relationships, your finances, your health. What else? Your spiritual life. So if you don't, fundamentally have meaning in your life, then you don't really have a spiritual life. And for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to leave it at that. But we all have certain beliefs that we have, but I'm not just talking about ideology. I'm talking about, having that meaning in our life, something that transcends ourself. Whether that's God or whether that's, serving humanity or other people. It could be a number of different things, but you need that in your life. Otherwise, what's the point in living? Let's just die right now. There's so much suffering here in our life. Why would I bother striving on? Well, you need to get your spiritual life in check. What purpose do I live here for? And what gives me meaning in my life so that I can enjoy my life enough that I can bear and live through the suffering? And I can even create things that I really enjoy, and create things that help other people and are bigger than myself, and that if I do a really good job at it, maybe it will live throughout history. Maybe my name will be in the history books. You have to think like that, because that's what gives you the motivation to move forward. That's what this whole thing is. Looking at each area of our life and thinking about how we can move forward to improve it. Right? And then think about your home, where you live, your environment. Your environment is very important. You might think you can't impact your environment, and look, to a certain degree you can't, but to another degree you can. You can also choose where you are, where you choose to go in your life, for the most part. And so, that's important. That's another foundation in your life. Your environment, your home. I love where I live right now. I love who I live with. I love the people around me. I love the environment I have around me. And that helps me to be, better in my life, to move forward. If your environment is an impediment, is blocking you from moving forward, then, you're gonna just feel bad. When you feel bad, it's gonna be harder to stand up and do the things necessary so that you can continue to improve in your life. And so, what else is that? Yeah, your life's work and purpose. You need to have some craft, something that keeps you occupied, that you work at, that you do. That's very important. And if you don't have that, then, I believe that you're not living up to the full potential that you could be in your life. And so, that craft could be cooking, something simple like that, or it could be, speaking. It could be, you could be, a rapper, or you could be a performance artist, or you could be, a real estate agent that's really, boss at flipping lots of houses and doing all that. So it could be a number of different things. You could be a scientist, a philosopher, whatever you want to be, right? But having that it's a massive pillar in your life, because it provides you so much meaning. It actually unifies and helps the relationships in your life, because you're doing something. You're like a leader, right? If you have a life's work and purpose, you're actually a leader in that field that you're operating in. So these are the foundations, the foundational pillars of our life. And so what do you do about that? So now that we've gone through all that, we realize that this is what we can deal with, right? These are the pillars in our life, so it's all laid out clearly, and we know how they influence each other. So now what you have to do is to move forward out of the misery, or out of feeling like life's too hard, life sucks, I can't seem to, it's so difficult, I can't seem to move forward out of it, right? Well, now that you know that if you improve one area of your life, that it practically will be at least a little bit improving every area of your life just by focusing on that one area, for example, health or something like that, right? Then, or any one of these areas, then now you have to just pick one area, start to improve that by just real simply, just do one thing to improve that one area. So if it's your health, just start with breakfast. Maybe you do eat bad 3 meals a day. Eat good 1 meal a day for a week. The next week, eat good 2 meals a day for that week. And then the next week after that, try to eat 3 good meals a day. It's those little habits. Prepare the food, prepare a salad every morning. Just grab the lettuce every Monday. Just buy lettuce, tomato, cucumber, whatever you want to put in there. And just every day, just spend 5 minutes quickly preparing it up, and then eat it, then wash it, and then, put the dishes to dry. Real simple. Do really simple little tasks, right? And pick one area. Now, once you're able to govern that one little task, then make it better. If you're a really high level person, high level achiever, then you can probably put lots of different, you can probably action like 5 to 10 different little micro tasks at once. You might be, like I said, you might prepare the food. You might have a day that you always go to buy the food, so you have the food to prepare. Then you might wash the dishes straight away, for example, and then so everything's clean, so you can do it tomorrow, the next day, so it's not dirty, so you don't have something blocking you emotionally from doing it, because you might think, oh, the dishes aren't ready, I can't even be bothered doing that salad thing anymore. No, well, if you have all these micro little steps in place, you'll be able to do it. So that's what I'm talking about. Pick one area, one of these fundamental areas that I just listed out to you, and then pick a few little micro tasks that you can do every day to move forward, to make your life less difficult, really. So if you improve your health, say in like the next 2 months, for example, that's gonna start to make you feel good about yourself, so your feelings are better. And then maybe, so you've dominated let's just hypothetically say you've dominated your health and you're pretty good. You're exercising, you're eating well, and you've got a good system, and you're flexible, you know how to, across time, you've able to maintain your good health and good practices to keep you healthy. Okay, so you've got that. Now, pick another area and start improving that. And you know what? It might take years to have every area functioning at its optimal. And some people never make it there. But the thing is, now that you understand the fundamentals and you're thinking about them, they're in your conscious mind, and you're thinking about the relationships between each of them, you will know personally which one to focus in on first. You will know when to focus on the next one. Because why? How will you know that? Because you know your life, you know the relationship that each fundamental area of your life has with one another, and that knowledge helps you choose, like in a game of chess, which piece to move next so you can win the game of your life. And so that's what it's all about. So pick one, and it might be, the next one might be, okay, I'm healthy, but I'm dumb as shit, so I better read 50 pages a day, and make it achievable, maybe 30 pages a day. And I'm just going to do that every single day until I get through this book, and I'm going to write notes on it so I can remember it. So now I'm improving my memory, improving my knowledge, and it's just a slow little micro steps towards improving each area of my life. And now when I go to work, I'm healthy, I feel good at work because I'm a healthy person, but I also know a little bit more because I've been reading a lot. See what I mean? So, and then that gives you motivation to move forward in your work as well. So that's what I'm talking about. If you feel stuck, if you feel like life's difficult, then ramp it up. Look at each area and then choose which one you want to move forward with and move forward. And so I think that's going to help you massively. And I just want to say, over time, as you improve each area of your life, let's say in the next 5 to 10 years, you're able to somehow maintain each area of your life and it's functioning optimally, then that really means that you've mastered from the bottom up each area of your life. You've mastered all the little micro habits. You've mastered the knowledge and what you need to know and understand to make your life function optimally, so you can feel alive, so you can have quality relationships, meaningful relationships, so you can execute your craft meaningfully, so you can impact the world. And so I think that once you reach that level, you're really a master of your life, and that's what it's all about. Looking at the different fundamental areas of your life is about thinking about how I can become the master of my life. How can I live my life, the best way possible, in the best way possible. And so, I just want to encourage you, just take that one step forward, and all these possibilities will open up as you take that one step, because you want to reinforce the good behavior so you can spiral upwards. Because I know it's so easy to get hit and spiral downwards. I don't want you to get hit like that. And if you do have these different pillars in your life, if you do get hit by something, because you will get hit, like someone will die or something will happen in your life, right? You have enough strength to keep moving forward and continue to build yourself up in your life. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Leave some comments in the description if you did enjoy it, because I'd love your feedback. If you have any other ideas of what you want me to talk about in the future, let me know. You can check out more about me and some of my writing on my blog at livingthewiselife.com. And I'll see you guys in my next video. And until then, stay creative, stay motivated, and live passionately.